In the late 60s, there was a protest at Kent State University that resulted in the National Guard showing up and massacring some of the students there due to their protest, their anti-war protest against the Vietnam War. Now we're in the 21st century and we can look back on that war, everybody, left, right, and say Vietnam was a catastrophe. It was unnecessary. We shouldn't have even been over there, right? But in that time, any anti-war protester was considered to be a communist, was considered to be anti-American by the war hawks and, right-wingers that wanted to push for this campaign overseas. They initiated a draft. People that were 19 years old, and some people even younger, were sent overseas to die for nothing. Nothing, as we can see now, with rose-colored glasses. Same thing, you can look back at the Iraq War. What did the people go over there for? Nothing. What did they go over there to Afghanistan for? Nothing, not to benefit the people. Now, here we are, 2024, and we're having anti-war protests at colleges across the country. And Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, gets his ass on TV yesterday and threatens the students with the National Guard once again to say, that these protests are illegal, that these people waving around Palestinian flags to support the Palestinians being massacred by the country that we're sending money to, Israel, that we're sending bombs to Israel to bomb hospitals and babies. Over 15,000 children have died in freaking the Gaza Strip since the beginning of this so-called war, okay? And it's disgusting, and it's done in our name. And so the students are out there protesting it because history is going to look back on this time and see that we're the fucking monsters like we usually are, okay? In this time, Speaker of the House, along with the other traitors that sit on the House of Representatives, just got done signing a bill, okay, to send $96 billion to Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine. None of that money for the people here in the United States. None of that for the taxpayers that are actually putting that money there to, that having money taken out of their check or paying every year from their salaries to go overseas. Nothing to represent us. No free healthcare, no education, nothing. But the people in Israel have it. That's what we're paying for. So when people are getting out there protesting and people like Mike Johnson are sitting up there saying that they're going to send the National Guard to break up their protests, people like Mike Johnson are fucking traitors, bro. Plain and simple. You're taking money out of the people's purse to send where? And then hidden in that bill, mind you, hidden in that bill at the very bottom was a bill to ban TikTok, a fucking social media app where people are using it as a soapbox to show their dismay for the current government, the current administration, and what's going on in their world. So our government, against our First Amendment, is involving themselves and taking away a soapbox of the people because they can't take the criticism, because they know that we're coming together and showing that these motherfuckers are treasonous and something needs to be done. There was a list that came out from 2009 showing that the Department of Homeland Security listed all of these different people as enemies of the state, all these different types of Americans. At the top of that list was veterans, military veterans. At the top of that list, people that they sent over there to fight wars for them, that come home that feel slighted, that the government's not taking care of them. At the top of that list as enemies. Second on that list, anti-war protesters. So you're covering the whole gamut. You're covering the people that fought the war, and you're covering people that are anti-war, all in the same list. Tax evaders or anti-tax organizations, because we're not being represented. When you send $96 billion overseas, on top of banning an app that the people use, you're not representing us. You're treading on us. Y'all seen that flag, don't tread on me. Anybody that's a part of militia, considered to be an enemy. This is a list directly from the government. So when I get on here, I'm not trying to rabble rouse or just, I am trying to cause concern, because this is concerning that your government not only doesn't represent you, but it also considers you to be an enemy of the state simply because you're a patriot, or you're a Christian, or you're a single issue voter. You don't align yourself with a party blindly, and if they go against that issue, you don't vote for them. So you're considered an enemy of the state according to the Department of Homeland Security. That is a fucking problem. That is a problem. These people are the enemy of the people. It ain't some foreign country or nobody. The biggest threat to America is the people that are sitting in the House and sitting in the Senate and sitting up in there in that White House. That's the enemies of the people. They're the ones that are allowing poison in our food. They're the ones that are allowing people to come over here, and they're giving them fucking checks, bro, SSI checks that we pay into. They're giving them our money, and we're not supposed to say anything, even on this list. Oh, if you're anti-border, if you're anti-open borders, you're enemy of the state, bro. So you can't win with these people. So fuck it, I'm an enemy of the state. So what are y'all gonna do about it? Because y'all, according to this list, that's everybody. That's 75% of the population here in America that y'all are looking at as enemies of the state. What are y'all gonna do about it then, you motherfuckers? And I have to make this video because at this point, bro, if we don't do something now, you think your kid's gonna have a future? You think your kid's gonna get married to be able to own property and have a house and have the life that we fantasize about, that American dream? No, it's dead, it's been sold out. That's why when you look on the house floor and they're waving Ukrainian flags, they took your money, they took our money out of our checks and they sent it over there. They don't represent the people, they don't represent you. So what the fuck are we gonna do about it at this point? And with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here before I say something that's gonna get me in trouble. Because now they're starting to attack the Fourth Amendment, you know, unreasonable search and seizures. They're coming up with a freaking thing to where they can freaking spy you at any point. This is Department of Homeland Security. And at some point, we gotta do something about these traitors.